Hi, and welcome to Boy Meets Film. I'm Matt Quinlan. Today we're going to look at some more of Tinsley's products, specifically the Tinsley 3D Transfers. The products we got to work with this week were a gash type of effect and a bite. So, obviously, the first thing we thought of was zombies, as you can see at the beginning of the episode. Applying these is relatively simple. It's a little bit harder than applying the effects we showed you last week because there are a couple more steps. The first thing you have to do is to actually take the transfer out of its box. And the first step is to actually peel the transfer off of the paper and flip it over and press it down onto the transfer paper. So what this is going to do is it's going to get it ready to go onto your skin. And after that's done, make sure all the air is pressed out of it and it's pressed down flat. You cut around the transfer, being very careful again not to get too close to the actual transfer because, again, just like last week, the feather on the edge is what makes this look realistic. Next, make sure to take the plastic off of the transfer. Place it where you want it and take a wet cloth, pat it wet so that it is soaking into the skin, and then hold it for 30 seconds. Now I kind of screwed up on this a little bit. I went a little bit too far down and I got kind of on my hair for my beard because I wasn't thinking, so the edge looked a little bit off. If you had it in the right spot, it would look a lot better than it looked when I first put it on. As you can see with the second one we put on, which was the bite on the neck. Now, the edges are a little bit more clear with these. They don't blend quite as well as the tattoos do, which could be fixed with a little bit of makeup, which I actually didn't have any of. You could feather the edges a little bit more and get rid of the harsh edges on the skin. I didn't do that. Instead, I went ahead and used the product without doing that. And actually, what I found is when you use fake blood, it essentially makes that disappear. Not only do you not notice it, but with the blood on the transfer, it covers over the edges. So if you don't have makeup to use, I definitely would recommend using blood. With these effects, most of the time there's going to be blood anyways, especially with like a gash like this or a bite. So not only does it add realism to the actual transfer, but it helps to hide the edges as well. This type of 3D transfer is definitely a lot easier than trying to put on a latex piece or do the makeup yourself, or a lot cheaper than having a makeup artist do this effect for you. As I said before, they make a ton of these different kinds of effects. No matter what you're looking for, you can probably find it on their website. Tinsley's website actually suggests using their professional 3D transfers if you're going to use these for film or for television. I think these are definitely adequate, but as it says on Tinsley's website, sometimes the edges are a little more harsh and the transfer process does give a little bit of a sheen to it. So I think it's definitely adequate and it works well. Not necessarily as good as a makeup artist might do it, but it's definitely passable, especially if you don't have a big budget or if you have background actors. So I would definitely recommend these, specifically in certain circumstances. I really want to get my hands on some more of these and take a look at them and try them in some more projects. One quick thing before I go, I'm really excited to announce that in 2 weeks, Boy Meets Film will be having its first contest. There's some awesome prizes and a really cool name attached to it, so I'm really looking forward to sharing with you guys. Come back in a couple of weeks and you'll be able to see all of the details, exactly what the prizes are, and what you need to do to enter. I also wanted to tell you guys about a new project that we are working on that we hope to film over the summer as a pilot episode for an upcoming web series. You can take a look at the teaser we just released at the link in the description or by going to this link below here in the box. You can also jump over to Facebook to this link here and like the page for upcoming updates. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Boy Meets Film. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up and remember to click the button below to subscribe and come back next week for another episode of Boy Meets Film.